This is a lesson about ordering fractions and decimals. What you want to do first of all is always start with what's easiest. You see I have two fractions, so I might as well make everything fractions. The problem I have here is I have one fraction that says 78 over 100, or out of 100 parts I have 78, and another one that says out of 10 parts I have 5. I want to have the same denominator. Well, I can easily make this 10 into 100. Let me show you how I'm going to do that. So I'm going to grab a pen here, and I'm going to write 5/10. That's my original fraction. To make 10 100, I'm going to multiply by 10. So 10 times 10 is 100. So I'm going to write my 100 there. Okay, and now 5 times 10 is 50. So I write my 50 here and there. Now I have the same denominator in two of my fractions, 78 over 100 and 58 over 100. And I can easily see that 50 over 100 is smaller than 78 over 100. Now to turn my last number, this number, into a fraction, I'm just going to say that number. And I've got 0 and 70 hundredths. So I'm going to write that as a fraction. Now notice I said hundredths. So that means 100 is the bottom number of my fraction. 70 is the top number of my fraction. Now I can easily order these. My smallest is 5/10. So I'm going to write 5/10. And you have to write your original numbers when you order them. I'm going to put a comma there. My next number is 0 and 70 hundredths, 0.70. And really I don't need to show this other 0, but I'm going to put it in there. Put a comma, and then my last number is 78 hundredths. So I have 78, draw my fraction bar, over 100. And there I've ordered those from smallest to the largest. Okay? So again, take what's easier. They've given me two fractions. I had an easy number to work with my fractions having 10 and 100. So I just changed them all to 100, and then I ordered them. Let's try another example. Look at in this one, they give me two decimals. Okay, 27 hundredths, 33 hundredths. I'm going to take my fraction, I'm going to turn it into a decimal. So the way I do that is first I got to draw my fraction, got to draw my division box. Well, first of all, I'm going to do this. I'm going to give myself easier numbers to work with. So outside of my box is going to be 10, and in the box is going to be 3. Okay, my 3 is too small, so I'm going to put a decimal there and tack on a 0. All I have to do is remember to tack on a decimal here. Now I can do this. 10 goes into 30 3 times. So 0 and 3/10 is equal to 30 over 100. Now I can easily order my numbers. My smallest number is 0 and 27 hundredths, so I write that. There's my 7. I put a comma. Okay, then I divided my other decimal. I divided my fraction to get a decimal. I have to write my original number, so I have 30 and over 100, or out of 100 parts I own 30 is what I'm saying. I draw my 0, I draw my next 0, put my comma, and then I draw my last number. My biggest number is 33 hundredths. So I put that in there like that, 33 hundredths. Now I'm going to go to the last page here, and I'm just going to summarize my lesson. What we did is we either had to make everything's fractions or we had to make everything decimals. So start with what's easiest. What do they give you the most of? In my first problem, they gave me more fractions, so I turned everything into fractions. In my second problem, they gave me more decimals, so I turned everything into decimals. Then I'm able to order the numbers. If you're stronger with one or the other, like if it's easier for you to work with decimals, turn everything into decimals.